Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Okay, Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute the minutes for the meeting of April 9th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spiller?
Great.
Commissioner
Aye. Okay.
16th, no, right? Yes.
Yep. Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute the minutes for the meeting of April 16th, 2019.
I so moved.
Second.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Steve.
Commissioner
Aye. Okay, and Adrian, the financials, please.
No, actually,
No?
that's me first.
Oh, okay.
Approved on April 17th, financials, supplemental appropriation transfers, appropriations transfers from the building improvement to new line items to more accurately track project expenses and to fix and air in financials from 4/16/19.
Okay.
The financials and then the commissioners for the county administrator approval on April 17th. Approved and executed an agreement with Chardon Rotary for the use of the parking lot at East Park Street for a fundraiser during the Maple Festival beginning at 5 p.m. on April 26th, April 27th, and April 28th. And then on April 22nd, I approved for transit, approved and executed the Ohio Motor Fuel Tax Refund claim for transit buses for the period of January 1st, 2019 through March 31st, 2019 in the amount of $2,869.80.
Morning.
Good morning. Okay, today's financials include a supplemental from JFS to various Children's Services Fund placement accounts, which need more appropriations due to a high number of placements right now. And cash transfer from the engineers' general fund salary expense account to their road fund to reimburse it for tax map work performed by an employee paid out of the road fund. And encumbrances include a purchase order from the Commissioner's Office to Corsa for the county's 2019-2020 property and liability insurance renewal. A purchase order from JFS purchase orders from JFS to Junction Buick for a total vehicle replacement and a new vehicle for the Children's Services Home and Court Visits Transportation. And a purchase order from Maintenance to Valley Ford Truck for a new 2019 Ford F-550 truck to give the department heavy-duty hauling and transport capabilities. And among the vouchers are $67,499 from the Commissioner's Office to Ohio State University for the county's second quarter commitment, $9,867 from DES to Vineport Landscaping to install a natural gas line for their building, and $14,865 from the Sheriff's Office to Enforcement Video LLC for 3 new cruiser cameras.
So did the insurance cover the total vehicle for JFS? Is that?
It covered a portion of it.
A portion?
Typical of
Okay.
insurance that you only get the value of the vehicle.
Okay. And then, I know, Adrian, we talked about with so they did look around at different manufacturers. Dealerships?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they, as Jerry mentioned, they did like an RFP when they sent it to a bunch of different local area dealerships.
Okay.
To get quotes.
Yep. Okay, any questions, comments? Motion to approve the financials?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spiller? Commissioner
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, County Engineer's Office.
Morning.
Morning, Nick. How are you?
Good. Item 6 on the agenda is requesting the board approve and execute the contract with Roniak Paving for the asphalt resurfacing of Menor Road in Chardon Township in the amount of $1,007,748.90.
Okay.
We've already awarded it, so this is just signing the contract.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spiller?
Aye.
Commissioner Lennon?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Good.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Hi, I'm Vicki Kruger. I'm the United Service Coordinator with the Department of Aging.
Okay.
Jessica sent me today
What's your name?
Vicky Kruger. Number 7, the Department on Aging is requesting the board accept the retirement resignation of Margaret Duncan, Adult Day Service Aide, to be effective June 1st, 2019.
Okay. Get a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Okay, and item number 8 on the agenda, the Department on Aging is requesting the board increase the current posting for the position of part-time adult day service aide from 1 to 2 positions, and that these positions will remain posted until filled.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Commissioner Levesey?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Dave?
Morning. Good job.
Morning.
How are ya?
How you doing, Dave? Good. Couple of items this morning. The first item is really a housekeeping item about accounting and payroll authorization forms. The second item is a satisfaction of mortgage for 5 Diamond Properties. The original loan of $175,000 has been completely satisfied, so they made the final payment last week or week before.
Was it paid in within terms, or was it just a lump sum?
They had paid it down over a period of, they paid it down to within about 38,000.
Okay.
So then they paid off the balance.
Okay, sounds good.
So was it paid off early, a little bit?
Paid off early, yes.
Good.
So we have 2 different, I have 9 and which is accounting, and then I have satisfaction of mortgage. Do you want to do them separately?
Okay.
I'll make the motion on both.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
All set?
All set.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Morning, Glenn.
Morning, Glenn.
How y'all doing?
Good, buddy.
How fast do you get that truck in? Do they have it
Next week if it
next
all
week?
goes
Oh,
well.
good, okay.
So. This is just, as you know, we're too short. We just came a couple weeks or a week ago to, somebody quit on us after 2 weeks, so this is a new hire for that position. The janitor position.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yeah.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
And we'll see y'all Saturday.
That's right.
Thanks, Glenn.
All right.
Good job. Good morning, Steve. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, Steve.
Doing good. Good morning. So we have 2 items from the County Water Department today. First one is, we're requesting the board approve and execute the agreement between Geauga County Board of Commissioners and GPD Group for engineering services to Geauga County for the design of the Chardon Township Berkshire Heights subdivision wastewater treatment plant and sewers in an amount not to exceed $405,000.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Our second item, we request the board amend the motion from April 16th, 2019 to correct the effective date to read approve hiring Kurt Weber to the position of network technician number 2341 to be effective May 6th at the rate of $19.11 per hour and a 1-year probationary period. This offer of employment is contingent upon successful completion of the required pre-employment activities.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Commissioner Levesey?
Aye.
How are things with the replacement down at McFarland? Are you guys moving forward on?
It's
have you guys-
posted.
It's posted, okay.
We did it internally, we didn't have anyone internally that wanted to do that. So now it's
Okay.
posted on a couple websites and on our website. It'll be tough because we're competing with Northeast Ohio.
Yeah,
Farther away, but they pay substantially more.
I see.
Mhm.
Same old.
Okay.
Good job.
Great,
Thanks.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Commissioner's Office will hold a work session with Geauga County Airport Authority beginning at or around 9:30, so a little early, 9:15.
You guys are too fast today.
Yeah.
Hey,
Morning.
Chip, how are you?
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm going to reintroduce Rick Glamer, new county
Nice to meet you. I'm Russ.
airport
Sorry, how are you?
manager.
Great, nice to meet you.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
How are you?
I'm well.
Great. So you got it all figured out yet?
Still working on it.
Okay.
First 20 minutes, you figured it out.
Yeah.
We just want to come and introduce ourselves and introduce Rick and go over future processes, make sure we're all on the same page, and talk about growing our airport.
Okay.
Is the progress being underway with them taking the towers or moving the towers?
Right now, Woodcraft is, we have the amount that ODOT is contributing, the amount the authority is contributing, but they are seeking quotes to do the balance of the work. And they're basically, because the ODOT portion came in less than budgeted, so we're hoping the rest of the project does the same, but right now we're still working on the final budgets. I don't know the schedule of that. I would guess this summer.
Yeah.
Rumors were sometime end of June, early July.
Okay.
So we've got that. We got the lighting project underway, replacing the runway lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Are they doing that already? Is it
Yes,
like in
it's in
construction?
process, right.
Yeah, good.
Yes, we finished the north side of the runway, we started back on the south side with the rain that we got last weekend, kind of softened the ground to the point where they couldn't continue this week. But they'll be back on Monday to
Okay.
move forward.
And then as far as, I know that I talked to Tim a little bit for the medevac, that there was some discussion possibly to do something with an opportunity maybe to build within the hangar for quarters.
I spoke with, I don't remember the gentleman's name, but the regional manager. Do you remember?
Jeff?
No, there's a new person in place.
I'm drawing a blank on.
You're right, but I spoke with them about a month ago. A brand new person is the regional manager, and that he was still figuring out all his locations and all his responsibilities. I briefly touched on, are we going to build a new hangar? Are we going to remodel what we have? His immediate concern is the humidity and moisture and ventilation of the building he's in, and the heating for the building he's in, because the first day he came on the job, or he heard about his guys out working on a helicopter, and it was very cold in the building. He was not aware of a partnership to build a new building. That was not passed on to him, but he wanted to get his feet on the ground first, and then we were going to invite him out to a meeting and talk about that. But they know they're an important part of our airport, and we will do everything we can to keep them happy.
Yeah. No, it's, I can tell you I think it's exciting to see, somebody new in place in the sense of new ideas, and it just seems like we've got a good, good board of people that are volunteering their time, that's hard to get anymore these days, and, but I think that everybody's got the right focus, and I know, with Tim and myself, and I believe Jim also, we want to definitely see stuff moving forward here, and I think that it's.
We also have plans or are working through planning for the new T hangar. And we had a meeting with Patty's going away party here a week or two ago, and we talked about with several people, potential tenants, and we do have interest. So we're looking at finalizing the budget and location, and then we will come back to the commissioners and ask for, because we may need your assistance for funding, because we don't know that you folks do. But that's still preliminary. We want to get a waiting list confirmed and have basically assurances that we're going to be able to fill that building very, very, very quickly. So we're in the middle of that. And also, the next board meeting, we hope to have the fuel system supplier come to a work session to figure out, because they gave us a quote of about 20 different items that I understand about 2 of them. And then so we're going to go through that step by step to verify what we need to put in the automated fuel system.
So do you think you'll have fuel system this summer, you think? Or?
That's our goal.
Yeah.
That's our goal.
Nice.
Yeah. but it's gotten to be a little bit bigger of a monster than I anticipated.
Okay.
You just don't buy a unit and plug it in. There's, because of some of the fuel pumps that we had were scavenging from other places, the technology does not talk to the newer technology. So we've got to upgrade what we have before we can plug in
I see.
the electronic equipment. So we're working on it.
And it's a fairly complex system
Yeah.
to make sure that everything is compatible and talking.
Yes. Yeah, so we want to make sure it works, obviously, so. But I'm hoping that the next board meeting, have a work session before our board meeting, and go over that. And I guess, which one of the commissioners is kind of the go-to person, you know, since Jim came on board? I don't know, do I just kind of talk to everybody? I mean, Rick, what's Rick's communication process with the county commissioners? What would you like to see happen? Through Jerry, or?
For me, I would assume we'll get the information, all three of them at the same time, like I said.
Okay.
It's easy enough.
Because they'd have to come to me, if you talk to one of them anyway,
Right.
they'd have to come to me for me to disseminate it, so it's just easier. They'd come to me and then I'll disseminate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Works.
Yeah, and then as far as getting things on session, I know we had when the transition from Patty to Rick, we had a couple times, and things happened that we didn't quite expect. That's still coordinating with Jerry as far as that's concerned?
That's all for Christie, yeah.
All right.
We'd like to, I
Send it to me.
think, between Christie and I would like to sit down with you at some point here in the next month, just to kind of go through the process, so you understand the timing and all the paperwork that needs to come in with motion requests.
Just really quickly, what I mean, is a 7-day before we want to get on session? Is that kind of the?
It's still, yeah, week before.
All right.
Well, see, the difference is certain things have to go before the board. There are other things that are on there once, like it goes through, like reimbursement requests are allowed to be done approved by Jerry. They just have to be sent to the board so that they're aware of it.
Okay.
And then Jerry can approve those items outside of session, and then he reports on them. But the initial first part of like a grant process,
Mhm.
that has to be done with the board.
Mhm.
But it's the reimbursement request, once they do that approval, that can then go through Jerry. So there's a little bit of a difference in depending on what it is, and we'll get that list to Rick.
Okay.
And we'd like to see a little bit of a change in how that process was being handled. It was being done a certain way, and then it got changed. We'd like to see it go back to the way that it was being done originally, and getting that acknowledgement approval before it's sent to FAA.
Acknowledge and approval.
Patty would send paperwork to the FAA for
Yes.
reimbursement, and then we would get it after the fact.
Okay.
So we were actually seeing direct deposits being made by FAA and didn't have any information on them.
All right.
So that is one of the things that we would like to see go back to the way that
But
was
that's fine,
being
that's
done
fine.
before.
And that's
So-
why we wanted to come and talk to everybody, is to make sure we're, you know, we obviously, the commissioners own the airport, and also, you know, contribute funds to the airport, and we want to do everything we can to make that system process as smooth and headache-free as possible.
Where do we stand with that Benelak property right now? What was the latest with that?
We had a wetland study done,
Okay,
and it came back, and then we had a new appraisal done.
Okay.
The price, I don't remember the exact number, was considerably less than what the original appraisal was.
okay,
That information was sent on to the Benelaks,
okay,
and that we are requesting a meeting with them, you know, to discuss that, because I'm sure they're disappointed, obviously, in the price change,
right.
and that, you know, and a neighbor wouldn't be as concerned with the wetland issue as the airport would. So we're gonna try and figure out a way to you know, manufacture, or not manufacture, but put together a package of somehow that we can try and get that property, at least some of it.
Okay.
Because that right of way out to 528 is key to us in our growth on that end of this
Right.
field. So, you know, that's something that came back, and, you know, we knew the situation, the appraisal came back about half of what the original number was.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't go running off and
Yeah.
buying that then, you know. You know, I know everyone was in a hurry to do that,
Mhm.
you know, so I'm glad we pumped the brakes there and,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we knew it was there,
Yeah.
and I think at the end of the day, it was still, the value was still there to the airport, because of long-term growth.
mm-hmm,
And I, you know, what I'm afraid of now is that because it came in so much lower, we're gonna lose the opportunity.
I see.
So that's why we were asking for a meeting with them, and to try and talk through that.
How long would the runway be if and when we acquire this?
Well, that property wasn't key to the expansion, that was key to growth of hangars and also weather station. It is part of our layout, airport layout plan to to purchase that property to do the expansion, but it's not a key component of that. It's the Miller's Farm at the east end is what is the key piece of property.
For the runway itself.
Right.
Ventilac is critical for having a weather station, which is important if we expand the runway to get additional traffic into the airport. They will want to see that.
I think simply having the driveway and the access out to 528 is worth it for us. So that's why I'm hoping we don't lose it.
Who's doing like updates on ForeFlight?
What does that mean?
Like, no
Putting
cams
in
and-
the, I've been
You've
doing
been-
the NOTAMs.
Okay.
There was a transition where neither Patty or I could do it, just kind of ships crossing in the night.
Okay, okay.
But now I'm fully authorized and
Okay.
are putting out the NOTAMs.
Okay,
So I can do it versus via the web or by phone call.
okay. I haven't looked at it, but for probably a year, it was, information completely outdated.
Well, there's a couple that are going. One was a permanent one for the runway and identifier lights, which have been out
Right.
from the beginning of this process.
Yep.
That will go away
Okay.
once we get the new lights in.
Okay,
There's one that I created last week for the silos. We took the lights off the top of those, so we noted that the obstruction was not light.
okay, okay.
There are no other notes currently for runway closures because the crew is not working this week.
Okay, so then, so you're able to do that then?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And it fluctuates daily and weekly because of the construction that's going on.
Yep.
That's Rick's going
Yeah.
to stay on top of that.
Because they're not going to close the runway every single day that they're there.
Right.
Just when they need to be working in close proximity to the runway. And we've also made arrangements with the crew that if somebody wants to fly in, we can move back, let them land,
Yeah.
or take off, and then resume work.
And then if you guys can, could you tell us a little bit about this class that you're putting on for the kids?
Summer camp, June 17th through 21st, I believe, are the dates. Geared towards, I'm kind of tertiary involved with it because
Okay.
of my membership and on the board at EAA. They're targeting 6th through 9th grade kids. We're trying to make it as inexpensive for the kids as possible, and looking for sponsorship from businesses and other local organizations to help us defray some of our costs.
Yeah.
Basically, we want to immerse them in the aviation field. We're going to cover, from maintenance of aircraft through piloting, through careers, and a few other hands-on skills for the kids. We're going to have build a wing rib, do some riveting. We got a little toy airplane that we have developed as a practice for doing that type of instruction. So
Yeah.
teach them different
No,
methods.
and, like as far as for the papers, if that's something also that maybe you could cover with that to try to attract the kids to do that, I think it's a neat idea. And that class, so it's based, and I talked to Greg a little bit about it also, and they have that same camp that's offered. I don't know if it's is it offered at Oshkosh in
There is a camp called Air Academy at Oshkosh every year. They have different groups that
it's
come in.
similar to this.
And we've basically a scaled down version for our little airport.
Yeah, but that class is normally about, I think Greg said it was about $2,500 or $3,000 per kid, whereas this is $1,000, and then looking for, I told Greg, even through my company to sponsor a couple of kids, no problem, just to get them interested too. So that's pretty neat that you guys are doing that.
And hopefully this is just kind of the first step into having some sort of ongoing program for youth.
Yeah, oh, it's neat.
It's one of our main missions of the EAA group is for youth education.
And then do we have anything scheduled as far as any new fly-ins for this? Like what are special events for 19? Anything on the calendar?
For the Geauga County Airport, we've got a fly-in, and I'm forgetting the date. It's June 20 something,
Okay.
that Saturday right after the air camp. where we're going to be having a pancake breakfast and fly-in, as well as Young Eagles flights, where we have a number of pilots take the kids up.
Cool.
And because that's sponsored through VA National, they have quite a program available for the kids. Once they've completed an Eagle flight, if they continue on, they get access to Sporty's pilot shop from down by Cincinnati. Their ground school, and as they complete modules, they'll get vouchers for flight lessons
Oh, neat.
through local flight schools.
Huh.
So it's a really neat program for the kids as well. And then we're doing another one of those in the end of September during the traditional airport days that honor the anniversary of the airport.
Because this is, well, the big one was last year, right?
Mhm.
Okay, yes, so this is, what year would it be this year then?
51.
51, okay. Okay. And he's been on the board for all 50 of those, huh?
Yeah, sometimes. Last time I was 55, I learned I'm a senior citizen. That depressed me. Being a 55-year-old, being a senior citizen. I'm not ready for that.
It's not that bad.
Grows on you.
Yeah, no, we're trying to keep things moving, and we appreciate your support. And I think the next big, the fuel system obviously is something that's big, but it's the T-hangers. We need more tenants, income, and that's something that I hope in the next 3 months to bring to you a package of what we think.
Okay.
We've got some verbal commitments already, but we haven't started collecting deposits yet.
So how did you guys locate those leads? Because I know Patty always used to say she had like this huge waiting list and stuff. Were you guys able to actually, did you actually have a list or?
I have that list,
Okay.
and we're just kind of getting the word out to
Okay,
other people through the aviation community.
okay,
But at some point, we plan on doing a bigger push.
okay, good.
We also have a number of other programs out there at the airport, a variety of school tours. We did a tour yesterday where the kids come out and we show them all the different parts of the airport. Have them talk to medevac, look at the sailplanes, have somebody from that group talk to them, somebody from EAA talk to them. Got a whole bunch of stuff. So, monthly IMC VMC Club, which is another EAA program, instrument flying or visual flying. Basically putting pilots in the position, okay, this is going on, what do you do next? Then we have our monthly EAA program, which is coming up on the 29th. We have the FAA coming in, bringing in the person that actually flies the approaches and tells us what they're looking for as they're flying into the airport. And that, I think, is going to be a really interesting one. Next month, I believe we have a historian coming in, and I'm not sure what his topic is going to be this year. Last year, he talked about the development of Cleveland Hopkins. And was just a fascinating speaker. So we've got some good programs there, and there's others as well.
Yeah, neat. No, it's exciting. I think that it's, we've got I think, an interest of people. It's just now we need to just kind of put it all together to just get it to that next level. Yeah.
And I think I want to kind of blow Rick's horn a little bit. Rick comes from the education and IT world, and I think he's going to be a great fit into helping promote the airport. Because we've talked about this for, I don't know, as long as Ralph, you've been on the commissioner board, about we operate an airport, and there's always been a concern about the status quo, and then there's always there's been a wish of growth, which the authority's always been trying to get there. It's just the word wasn't getting out, I think, as good as it could have. So I think one of Rick's tasks in the future is to help us promote growth, promote our airport, and then in turn promotes our county.
Yeah, and I'd like to just, be clear, I guess, as far as what is the mission of this airport? What do you want to be? I'd like to define that, because I hear growth and then, that could mean a lot of different things, growth, But as far as being very specific as to, what the idea of this airport is. I mean, I think we all know somewhat what it is now and what it was in the past. And we've been trying to update this thing, get it more into the 21st century. But, you know, I don't think we want to just force the thing to grow if there's no purpose behind it, you know. And I think identifying that mission is
Yes,
what
we
I'd like to know.
recently
Yeah.
completed a survey, we're going over the results currently of the businesses around and their use of general aviation for growing their businesses, and we're kind of focusing and looking at those results currently.
Right.
One of the things I'd like to do is also open up the airport for maybe non-specific aviation type events, so that people can just become familiar and comfortable with having the airport there and what it means to the community.
Right.
I had an idea yesterday as I was watching the news. You know, an Easter egg hunt might be a fun thing to do around the airport, as long as it doesn't, you know, get too close to the runways and interfere with operations. But
Sure.
you know, we could, you know, set aside a time for that. Yeah, there's runs that are done at airports by other counties and things like that. So I'm looking through my network. I'm also a pilot, so I'm familiar with some of the other airports around in Michigan and Illinois, Pennsylvania, New York, and have developed relationships there, and I'm talking to those people.
Sure.
to
Do
find out
they
some
still
of these
offer
things.
aviation classes in high school? I mean, when I was we had it at West Geauga. I don't. Do they still
Yeah,
have that?
They don't currently do that,
No.
but that's one of the things that I'm kind of doing on my own. I'm
Yeah.
just earned an advanced ground instructor rating,
Mhm.
and that would allow me to develop programs that are FAA approved. I can sign off kids, and so I'd like to develop some dumb classes for them.
Yeah.
Kind of outside of my role as the airport manager, but still, I think that's something, I did the same thing
Yeah.
as a sophomore in high school. That's one of the ways that I got started in
Yeah,
aviation.
I mean, I know there was like a waiting list to get into that class, you know, a lot of
Those are
kids
really-
wanted to do it. Then they found out it was kind of difficult, there's a lot of math, and, you know, all of a sudden they were like, oh, I thought we were just gonna talk about flying airplanes, you know, but it's a little harder than you thought, but, yeah. But, no, I mean, it was good, you know, I think you get, you know, kids that wouldn't necessarily be introduced to aviation, you know, that's one way to do it, for sure. But, well, good, well, I'm glad to have you on board, and we look forward to working with you. And
Working with all of
Yeah.
you, and, yeah, I'm honored and humbled to be able to serve you as the airport manager. You know, look forward to working closely with you. And, you know, I firmly believe that the airport is just a gem in this county and could help everything
Right,
Geauga. You know, it's just a great location and has potential. There's a few roadblocks in the way, runway length, weather station. We're working towards that, and I think that
One of the things too that, there was one of the local airports, I don't remember if it was down in southern Ohio, it was, I don't know if it was Middletown Airport down near Cincinnati. But anyways, they, what they did, and it's something, and I don't know if it would be something that you guys would be interested in looking into, is they, you know, as far as some improvements and some different things that they were looking to do within their airport, they actually hosted like events at the airport with, you know, clearing hangar space and having, you know, like down there they had like some kind of like giveaway. They were doing some kind of like a barn or a garage or something that they were giving away, and then they had like a big rib cook-off and all the proceeds from that, you know, they paid X number of dollars, and then the proceeds from that went into the, you know, fund that did like different improvements or different, but I actually had stopped in there for fuel, and I was like, holy mackerel, what the heck's going on here, you know? And it was like on a Saturday morning, and I was horrified how many people were there, and you know, and that was what was going on, and but it was like super well attended, a ton of people, and they pretty much, you know, when you walk into, I think it was Middletown, you walk into their little conference center and stuff. It was like, wow, this is really nice. And, you know, and the sad part about it, it's like, you know, a third of the you know, what we really have here in Geauga as far as like the county, it's, you know, size and population and everything, but I guess they, you know, they do that, so I don't know if that's something too that would be an option, I don't know, but just something to think outside the box, but then give people a position of ownership, you know. I know we talk about that with like the, what's the organization there in Burton, Hysterical Society, and that's, you know, just a constant thing too, where, you know, we've talked to them to say, hey, you know, maybe try thinking outside the box with some stuff too, to bring people in and be able to raise funds too. If that's something that works, we would support you 100% too. But,
And we've got a great volunteer base out there
Yeah.
with our EAA chapter. It's a rather large chapter.
Yeah.
They're well-known, and they're always happy to help out in any way they can.
and I'm always surprised how, I mean, the attendance at those pancake breakfast stuff is pretty good. You know, so it's there's definitely people coming. Yeah.
With all the positive events that are gonna happen at the airport, could you list it and give Christine and help us promote everything that's
Absolutely.
going on at the airport, like for 19?
I've already started working on that.
Okay, great.
So,
Cool.
yeah, listing all our school tours. We had a ladies group in that they had a caterer come in, you know, cleared out the hangar for them. They have their monthly meeting. Now, there's been a few other groups that we've looked at coming into. So, yeah, definitely keeping that list, and I'll be happy to share it with you guys.
You know, just our bathroom's done, our refurbished bathroom, and we are looking at new furniture to replace some of our
No.
chairs and couches.
Come on.
We're gonna save one for you, Ralph.
I have to.
The hand-me-downs from the hand-me-downs, yeah, we're looking at that also.
Yeah,
Looks like a yard
looking
sale.
at,
Oh.
for zero cost, can redo the pilot lounge, at least make it more
Oh
inviting.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That's yeah.
Yeah.
I'll reserve my opinion.
We all know.
Our goal is to make it better.
Yeah.
I think I share your opinion.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, good.
So I guess the goal today is just communication, you know, and we want to make sure we're doing everything we can to make your lives easier, because, you know, you guys, you know, help us considerably, so.
No,
That's
good.
that's
Welcome
why I'm
on board.
here.
Thank you.
So,
Forward to.
Yeah.
thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you
Great.
so much.
Thanks a lot.
Work session. Order 2. Okay, nothing too earth-shattering coming up. Commissioners' meetings next week. We've got Sunshine Law training on the 14th at Lakewood. NOACA on the 10th. Yeah. Okay, any comments, questions? No? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay.